The general design category recognizes site-specific works of landscape architecture that exhibit distinction in design, function, context, and environmental responsibility. Receiving honor awards in general design are Iqaluit Municipal Cemetery by Lees and Associates for the city of Iqaluit. Really emotional, a simple and elegant approach to this very barren site. The cemetery is bound to this place and its people. Compelling. These sentiments represent the enthusiasm of the jury for this quietly eloquent project. Praise was given for the light touch of the design team, which allowed the site to speak for itself. In a sense, what they didn't do was the most impressive aspect of the project. As one juror put it, they let the place be what it is. The way they respected the landscape is worthy of an honor award. The team worked with the elders of the community to develop a place that would honor their ancestors and bridge the gap between living and dead. It's bound, the jury remarked, to this special place and its people. Chicago Riverwalk, State Street to Franklin Street by Sasaki and Ross Barney Architects for the Chicago Department of Transportation. The jury was impressed by the accessibility of the walk, both visually and physically. Several were quick to compliment the many ways this project celebrates water. One juror said, "I'm impressed by the sequencing. The detailing of what are common materials is superb." Each block is different, noted another. The relations to the water are different on every block, yet it feels part of a whole. The jury applauded the political and economic effort across a range of agencies that was balanced with the design. They agreed it was an extraordinary effort. A juror added, "It's another pearl on the green necklace that pulls you across the waterfront." Tippett Rise Art Center by Uma van Sweden for the Tippett Rise Art Center. "Absolutely gorgeous," raved one of the jurors about this project. The panel concurred that a good landscape architect knows when to step back and let the landscape talk. "They never cluttered it," one juror noted. Praise was given for the seemingly light but deft hand that invisibly controls the view shed so that visitors see only one thing at a time. "The touch on the landscape is so delicate," a juror enthused, yet the gestures from the studios, the geothermal and photovoltaic systems and installations to the performance spaces are so complex. There was unanimous consent when a juror leaned back and said, "I'd like to go there." Legacy and Community, Juxtaposing Heritage and Invention for Duke University's West Campus by Reed Hildebrand for Duke University. To attract applicants, universities are throwing everything they've got into the design of student unions. This successful effort, observed a juror, gives a jolt of life to this campus. The panel felt that the crux of this energy was in the landscape, yet so seamless is the integration of building and site that it's hard to tell where architecture ends and landscaping begins. Although clearly a contemporary insertion, the palette used by the design team relates with great sensitivity to the rest of the campus. Far from being a destination, the project is more like a bridge. "It's almost Olmstedian in its porosity," remarked one juror. "You want to be in this space to see and be seen." That a university so closely wedded to a particular architectural vocabulary could embrace such an innovative and creative project was, several jurors felt, kind of amazing. One said, "It blows my mind." Re-envisioning Pulaski Park by Stimson for the city of Northampton. Centrally located downtown on Northampton's Main Street, Pulaski Park is culturally part of the Smith College campus. Yet the park is not part of the college since it's public space. The design team wove the two more closely together through a transformation of the existing area. They placed a lot of programming into a small site, yet it doesn't feel cramped, said a juror. The way the programming relates to the landscaping is very sophisticated. Another commented, after a careful design approach that solicited extensive community participation, the team captured the bohemian spirit of Northampton. It feels right. Accessible and clearly laid out, the park is a place, as one juror noted, where everyone goes. Longwood Gardens main fountain garden, submitted by West 8 Urban Design and Landscape Architecture, for Longwood Gardens. Originally inspired by a visit to the Great Chicago Columbian Exposition, a young Pierre Dupont included a splendid Italianate illuminated fountain garden as a focal point of Longwood Gardens, the conservatory he was building at Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. Nearly a century later, the original fountains have been completely reconstructed and restored in what is the largest project in Longwood's history. Brilliant, said a member of the jury. Discussion focused not only on the beauty of the restored fountains, but how the restoration advanced sustainability. The site no longer needs the intensive resources required by the original design, which had deteriorated and was technologically dated. Submission materials demonstrated a dramatic cut of energy use in the restored fountain, which today includes solar as a source. Also, the upgraded pumps that power the fountains have greatly reduced the use of water. Everything is brand new, said a juror, including the landscaping. Tongva Park and Ken Genzer Square by James Corner Field Operations, for the City of Santa Monica. Jurors were impressed by the transformation of what had been a fairly plain and difficult site. Beautiful landforms, noted one juror. The arroyos magically conjure a landscape ecology the community isn't familiar with. It's a very sophisticated park, remarked another. It's one of those places that changes dramatically as you move through it. A juror added, I like the power of the plants and how water was used at specific moments. Also, small features are beautifully detailed and deployed where they have the maximum impact. Even the public bathroom earned kudos, is one of the better integrations of a public amenity into a landform, noted a juror. The park was applauded for how well it connects to the City Hall and how it serves as a buffer between the community and a very busy public beach. It's a special place for the community, different from the major tourist attraction that is the Santa Monica Pier. People who live there love it. It's a place that parents with strollers and small children have to themselves. After the beach, remarked a juror, this beautiful park is an ah. Walker Art Center, Wurtell Upper Garden, by Inside Outside and HGA, for the Walker Art Center. Jurors applauded how well the garden is in dialogue with the Walker Art Center. The bosques of different colored trees are just one aspect of a very bold plan, commented a juror. For an art museum, it's appropriately arty. I like how it objectifies vegetation, raved a juror. When I see plants calling your eyes, I find that refreshing. This is exactly what landscape architects should be doing. Another added, the whole composition is what makes it. The design team lays down color blocks on a landscape. That very feature reflects back on the mid-century modernism out of which the museum's distinctive architecture grew. For this museum, the jury agreed, it's perfect. Receiving the Award of Excellence in General Design is Brooklyn Bridge Park, a 20-year transformation by Michael Van Valkenburg Associates, for Brooklyn Bridge Park. This amazingly popular park has totally transformed the waterfront. The many gathering places are magical, allowing for different experiences in the varying spaces. What had been abandoned piers now bloom with amazing plant material, and the overall design makes the most use of the views across the river to Manhattan. "I am head over heels over this project," raved one juror. "The play areas are first-rate. Whether the goal is to bond with others or explore your own feelings, the park embraces the needs of a wide diversity of individuals and groups. These are lessons to be learned by other cities faced with similar challenges." Another juror admired the fortitude it took to stick with this project, considering the complexity of economic, financial, and political issues. "The biggest compliment I can give to this place," said a juror, "is that it can be compared to Central Park. I'd tell you to go there."